Hello, welcome to Forge. I am Zoc, and we have an exciting night for you. We're going to be going over some new stuff, announcing a new series, and of course, all the exciting deck sales. Yes, it's going to be a good one. So let's jump right in. And I forgot to say, this is my 100th stream. From just over 2 years of streaming. So, yeah, that's a milestone. Okay, so we're going to jump into news, talk about Thor. Hey, Ketzer, thank you. Go to our special announcement and then into Fresh Marks. What's up, Fudginator? Nice to see you. Alrighty then. 100 stream, I know, it's nuts. Hype. Oh no. That did not work. Why did that not work? Oh, I know why it didn't work. Wah, wah, wah. Now it will work?
Keeping it 100.
There we go. Keeping it 100. Okay. So we'll quickly go over the latest Ghost Galaxy news. And
Whoa.
with the cool more woof. Yeah, so of course, Ghost Galaxy did release a new article last week with a unboxing of the Chew player starter set. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It features seeing all the contents of the new two-player starter set. So that's pretty cool. And they did add this little note at the bottom. Retailers, please be on the lookout for the release of the two-player starter set with your local distributor. So that's going on. It's worth checking out, see what's in there. It's actually, I think, a pretty cool idea. I think it's going to be good for new players because it's got 2 decks specifically for learning the game. They're numbered, they have extra instruction on them. I think it'll be really good to get new players in the game, which is exactly what we need. So well done, Ghost Galaxy. The other thing that they released this week is another YouTube called Bye Bye Token Creatures, but really what it is just going through the 2 decks that they opened as part of as a starter set. So they go through all the cards and yeah. So check that out too. But that's the news. Yeah, I agree, Ketzer. I don't need it either, but I'm also glad it exists because hopefully it'll mean it's that much easier for new players to get in the game. Okay. Next up, we have introducing the Keyforge THOR deck assessment framework. THOR, tools, holes, opportunities, and risks. So what the heck is this all about? Let's check it out. So what this is really meant for is a tool and more like a way of thinking about quickly assessing a deck. And you might want to use this when assessing matchups for the Nordic Keyforge League, or when evaluating sealed decks during a sealed event, or potentially when evaluating your opponent's deck during tournaments or chain bound or anything like that. It's really meant to be a quick assessment, and kind of we have, at least to learn it, a spreadsheet to help facilitate that. But my idea is this is something that after you kind of figure out how to do it, you just think about this concept when you're looking at a deck to help you in those 2 minutes when you're looking at a deck and you're thinking, okay, how do I beat this deck? So the idea is T stands for tools. First, you look at a deck and you recognize its strengths and the things that it does well. You capture those in tools. Then H captures the holes of the deck, the weaknesses, the gaps, and the abilities. Keeping both the strengths and weaknesses in mind, you come up with a game plan or game plans of how the deck will win. These are the opportunities. And then finally, reflecting on what strategies can stop your game plan, you come up with the ways the deck can lose. These are risks. Hey, Fighting Walloon! Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. This was actually inspired by Fighting Walloon because on the Nordic Keyforge League, he asked the question, how do you improve in Keyforge? And there was a really great discussion with lots of different stuff. And one thing that B-Hawk actually said from Sloppy Lab Work kind of resonated with me, and it kind of was similar to how I think about stuff. So I kind of already think about things this way without necessarily breaking it down. But like when I'm looking at my Nordic Keyforge League matchup, yeah, that's right. You inspire lots of people. If check out the Sloppy Lab Work episode from yesterday, twitch.tv/sloppy labwork. They talk about improving as well. That you inspired them as well. You're an inspiration, Fighting Walloon. Sometimes all it takes is a good question. Yes, indeed. So I kind of already think about this high level when I'm like in an NKFL match. High level, I think when I'm looking at an opponent's deck, I'm kind of thinking about what are the cool stuff that I can do. Like, oh, does it have a whole bunch of Infernus? Does it have a lot of creature control? Does it have a lot of artifact control? Does it have a lot of ways to recur creatures? A lot of stealing. Those are kind of the tools, and that's what I use to say, okay, how do I match up well against that? But then I also look for the weaknesses. Like sometimes a deck is like, oh, it's got like a ton of pips and looks really good. Maybe it's got some disruption, but then it's got like no creature control. And I'm like, that's a big hole. That's a big hole. I can take advantage of that with my decks. So I kind of think about this high level, even though I don't talk about it in this terminology. But what I would try to do is put it together in this terminology so that once you learn the concept, then you can apply it to your matches. Yeah, it is actually very similar to a SWOT. SWOT, of course, is used all over industry. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. So yes, it is somewhat inspired by SWOT for sure. Yeah, creature control can also hurt a deck's own game plan. You're right. So yeah, I mean, and the whole idea is once you understand how a deck can win or how it can lose, then you'll have a better approach to matching up against it. Or you'll have a better approach to how you use that deck. So it can be used for both your decks or decks that you're matched up against. And so I do have this spreadsheet. So I'm going to share this spreadsheet. I'll do it right now. I think it's already shared link wise. Yeah, anybody can view it. So I'll copy the link. I'll share it right now on the ABR Discord in the DataForge channel. #DataForge. I'm going to go share this right now. So what you can do is just make a copy of it under File, Make a Copy, and then you can mess with it, play with it all you want, if it's useful for you. So yeah, under File, there's Make a Copy here, and then it's your own copy, and then you can edit it. You can make more tabs for more examples and things like that. So I kind of have like, here's a framework, and then I have an example as well. This was just a random deck. I was given this random deck actually as part of one of my leagues. So we can check it out really quick. Why Spindle, the Lighthouse Visitor? It's a DT deck. Sanctum, Star Alliance Untamed. So when I was looking at it, I said, tools, what's it got? It's got Captain Valjerico, and oh, it's got Orb of Wonder. You can go find it. It's got Chew Gungs. It's got C.R. Hawkins, Exploratory Craft, Mollyhawk. It also has a lot of pips. I didn't mention that here. But what are the holes? Not much creature control, not much speed. So maybe it's important to get Captain Valjerico early. And not much Ember control. It's got pretty much just a Valmard and a Mookleen. It also has Ritual of Balance, which sometimes is useful, sometimes not. Orpheon, which is also kind of sometimes useful, but is needed to be on the board already. Kincan, and a Capture with Researcher. And it's got no board wipes as well. So, okay, what are the opportunities? How does it win? What's up, Dinobot? This is Keyforge. Yeah.
This is Keyforge.
So this wants to win by rushing. I mean, it's got a lot of pips. It's got a force field, so try and get Val early, try and get the force field on it. Build a board so that you can gain more Ember with the C.R. Hawkins, with the Agungs, with Way of Pixie, and then you could potentially also get a big Sanctum board out. It's got 6 Sanctum creatures, but some of them are actually pretty good. Urian, uh, Orpheal, and Orpheon. Badge Magus can do some work. So, and then, but how does it lose? It loses to kind of uncontrollable board state. So if the opponent deck goes big board, it's just going to lose. High amounts of Amber control, and if the other deck rushes faster. So just a quick little assessment, and this isn't supposed to be super in depth. Kind of the idea is to start thinking this way so that when you are in those times when you only have a little bit of a time to evaluate a deck, evaluate a matchup, either in NKFL, Chainbound, whatever, now you kind of have a framework to do it. So hopefully the spreadsheet will help you learn it, but ultimately you can kind of remember it by memory, or at least remember the concept behind it as a way to help assess your matchups. So that is THOR. So check it out. Hashtag DataForge on the ABR Discord. Give me your feedback. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, better ways to do it, but this was one way that worked well for me. Okay.
THOR.
THOR. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. And now, a special announcement. And we actually have a special guest. Let me see if they're ready. Okay. Oh, wait. I gotta fix the audio, make sure everybody can hear them. Here you go.
Thank you, Zoc. This is Christian T. Peterson, and I am excited to announce the new stream series called Zoc Tales.
That's right. Zoc Tales. This is a new series where I will be having members from the community on my stream, and I'll enjoy a drink with them and talk some Keyforge. Yes. And actually, the first episode will be next week with JT Russell from Sloppy Lab Work. He actually had the original idea, but yes, it was totally AI generated Christian T. Peterson voice. Speaking of that,
This is Keyforge.
yeah, baby. But we have actually a Discord where we talk about stuff that we can do to improve our content. And JT Russell had the idea because we've talked lots of cocktails between my stream and the Sloppy Lab Work stream of having a cocktail with Zoc. And he also even named it Zocktails. So, JT Russell, April 19th. We already have some more cool guests lined up after that as well. And I ask you, everybody, I'm interested in everybody. If you're interested in joining me, I would love to have you. You don't have to drink a cocktail. You can drink whatever you want. And I'll hope to drink whatever you're drinking. But we'll talk some Keyforge and we'll learn about all the cool people in our community, which I think will be really neat. So I plan to have it right now once about every 3 weeks. Oh yeah, Ketzer. Would love to have you on again. If you haven't checked it out already, check out Art Project 2 with Ketzer. Lots of cool stuff there, including a lot of his cool Keyforge related art. But yeah, so ping me on Discord. I'd love to have everybody on and learn about the community, learn about what excites you about Keyforge. We can talk about our drinks, we can talk about Keyforge, and that is Zocktails. So right now I plan to have it kind of every third DataForge episode. Instead, I'll have a Zocktails episode. Right now I'm still planning it Wednesday nights, and a few of them will be a half hour earlier just because of time zone difference. And the second one I had to move away from Wednesday because of availability of my guest. So the second one will be let's see, June. Let's see. Oh, sorry, not June. I am way ahead of myself. The second one will be May 11th, a Thursday. And we'll announce that one at the next Octales. But that will be a fun one. But I'd love to hear from everybody because everybody has a different thing that they bring to the community, and the Keyforge community is really awesome. It's one of the best communities of especially in like a card game that's out there, and everybody's like brilliant in their own way. It's so cool. So I'm really excited about this, and looking forward to starting that next week. And yep, thanks Christian T. Peterson for helping announce that. Not really. Okay. On to everybody's favorite. That's right, it's Fresh Marks. We're going to check out the latest high SAS sales. And not only that, ooh, I didn't prep this week, but it is fine actually. I mean, I did prep a lot, but I didn't load up all the decks. But it's okay because I have links to all of them in my spreadsheet. Not only will we be looking at the new sales, but we're going to look at offers. So I didn't look at every single deck that's been up here, but I did look at a lot of them that had offers before to see, have there been new offers? So let's check out the latest. We have a new offer of $350 on the much improved Elder of Athlapio, and I think that just came in today. No, nope, I'm wrong. It came in 2 days ago from Antho 2290 on a deck by Astron. $350, no response yet. Or it's not rejected yet, at least. This is for the 90 SAS, much improved Elder of Atlapio. Double Captain Val Jericho is big, and Dacilis as well. So, cool deck, 350 euros. Or, sorry, dollars. New offer. Let's see, what else do we got? We have, ooh, a new offer on a Genka deck that Zodid is selling. This is Der Sorglose Acrobat Erlion, an 88 SAS AOA deck, double Martian Generosity Key Abduction, with a Mars First, with a Brainstem Antenna, with a Harvester, double Helper Bot, Memory Chip, Archimedes, 33 speed. Whew. And it just got an offer for $350 about a week ago, 6 days ago. And I'm actually including some offers or sales that have happened in the last few weeks because I hadn't checked some of them last week. So that was from Kmarch, a $350 offer. No response on that one yet. All right, next up we have, a new offer on my deck. The deck that I'm selling, Cornelius of Atlantilum. We have a new offer today from Arentelong. Yeah, just this afternoon of $175. This is a 4 Lethologica autoencoder, effervescent principle, dark harbinger with a whole bunch of actions. Let's see. 9 usable actions, including a punctuated equilibrium to get to more, and 17 Ember Pips. So $175. Yeah, we're gonna reject that right now, actually, because we expect more. We're gonna do it live. We're doing it live. Okay. Next up, it looks like this one, Hilda la Opulenta. Was this sold? It was being sold by Oleolcito for $75. And it looks like this one was potentially bought. This one is a double Markadis, double Gleeful Mayhem, Autoencoder, Cyberclone, Novodynamo, double QMax. And triple Rad Penny, which is pretty nice. This is well worth probably the $75 if that's really what it was listed for. What is that? The QMax has 2 damage pips. That's interesting. Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool deck. I think that is probably well worth a 75. This one was funny. It had an offer of $1. Let's see, when was that? That was a few weeks ago. I'd missed it because I haven't checked all the offers, but I thought that was funny. It was not accepted. Oh yes, we also have a Arentalong special Holt a Sega. An 85 SAS AOA, which sold to Gued. I don't know how to say that, but he's a really good French player. And it's got a lot of cool stuff going on. A lot of speed, double too much to protect, double nerve blast, miasma, Brend the Fanatic with life for life, double Tesmol, streak on Guzel Merkins. Kind of really limited creature control, and it might be hard to get it back with ZYX Researcher as well, because both life for life, well, life for life, it would be actually, I guess if you helper bought life for life, yeah, and then use ZYX Researcher, you could get it back. Onyx Knight would be a little bit harder because it'd have to be the last thing in your discard when you go Logos, but it's a cool AOA deck. It can do some stuff. All right, next up we have an offer from Sloppy Labworks JT Russell. And I think this was a little bit ago as well. Yeah, March 30th, an offer from JT Russell for $125. So a couple weeks ago on Miss Satyr Bronze, an 89 SAS AOA deck. And it's got Time Traveler, Graft, Martian Generosity with double orbital bombardment. It's got an Iron Obelisk, which is cool. Plus, it's got Gangernaut. Lots of cool stuff going on there. Archimedes, Helperbot. Pretty cool deck. But asking price is $500. This one, it looks like it was bought by Alan Alezka because it was being sold by Dick Rowland. And it's no longer being sold. His name's still on it, so I'm not sure if this was sold or not, but some of the same ones that he had listed around here, I think they're still for sale. Yeah, this one's still for sale. So I would have guessed that this would have had the same kind of timeout as those other ones because it was listed at the same time. But maybe not. It is a pretty cool deck. 97 SAS Mass Mutation, 26 speed. It's got an autoencoder with 2 Novo Dynamo, an Ultra Gravitron, double Borrow, Contrino Flux, Hold the Line, Kirby, Bonithing, Bony Thing, Heist Knight with five creatures. Lysandre La Arrogante. Okay. And so that's all the updates from the previous week. Now let's get into the decks from this week. We start with the Mellow Emperor from Conte Calle Top Decks, an 85 SAS Worlds Collide. Dis Logo Star Alliance. Triple Draining Touch, double Exhume, double Poltergeist, EE on the fringes. It's got a Graft, it's got a Dasania, a Neutron Shark, an Igor Tau Tau. And Starlines, we have an Information Officer Graft with a Kirby and an Encounter Suit and a Cloaking Dongle and a Chief Engineer Walls to bring some of those back. Limited Ember Control. You probably want to archive a bunch and then have a big EE turn, potentially. No listed price. No listed price on any of these Conte Calle decks. Next one they have listed is an 89 SAS Coda deck, Indigo Phantasma La Ardente. Control the weak. Whoa, what's up, Decompose? Thanks for the gift sub. You rock. Nice to see you. That's so nice of you. That's awesome. That calls for a good old Christian T. Peterson.
This is Keyforge.
Yeah, you just forged a key. Thank you, sir. That's so nice. Awesome. Hey, yeah. Thank you. I do what I can. Community's awesome. I want to do something for it. All right. Well, this one, check this out. Triple Battle Fleet. Triple Battle Fleet. It's got a phase shift off of library access that you could get into a battle fleet as well. This is Conte Kelly trying to get some high offers after the pink fraud sale. But it doesn't have everything that you need. No key cheats. No key cheats here. It does have a Dasania though, so that's pretty nice. Scrambler Storm is pretty nice. Control the Weak. And it has a brainstem antenna. That's pretty cool with triple battle fleet. That's pretty cool. You can brainstem antenna your John Smith and you can go nuts. What else would be good to brainstem antenna? Your bat drone maybe, your Quixo. That's about it. There's not a lot. Grabber jammer. So that's Indigo. Okay, next up we have Morgan. La Fedele de Tuono Metallico. Let's get a couple of these ready as well. So this is a AOA 89 SAS deck. It's got Soldiers to Flowers key charge play with Mimicry and Nature's Call and the Pent Seed, although it only has 4 untamed creatures, and one of them is Witch of the Wild. So you don't have a huge Soldiers to Flower burst, but maybe can at least still burst to a key cheat. But Martian Generosity double key abduction with the Nepent Seed. That's the big stuff right here. And it's gonna Binate Rupture to help set that up. And a Dasania for disruption, a Neutron Shark, Sloppy Lab Work, triple Titan Librarian. Lots of archiving in this. Who needs Ember Control when you have double key abduction, Nepent Seed, right? Is it fast enough to get it off all the time? I don't know. It's a pretty cool deck though. I'd buy it for 25, you know? Okay, next up we have Mantide from Mantide. Coleshi she pizzica la tenebra. I don't know, the A is atrocious. It is atrocious. It is. But not in this one. This one has 3 Runny Whisk Clocks and a Chimera Eclipse to go with it. A Trust No One. It doesn't have a lot of capture to go with the 6 Semper and Exile, although it does have a Orator Hisaro and a Reader Golem and a Shrix. It's got a Eddie, Double Igor, Strange Gizmo, Memory Chip, Tau Tau. Lots of value, 89 SAS, no list of price. Lots of good Kymor targets. All the Igors, of Ronnies, potentially Reader Golem or Orator Hisaro, although Orator is probably not on a flank. Maybe even your Eddie, depending on the situation. Limited creature protection though, no taunt. It does have ways to ward. But that Eddie doesn't have any taunts to hide behind. Yeah, I agree. Probably want to be putting back those Ronnie or Igors. Alright, next up, 89 SAS Mass Mutation, the man that elects trinkets. Oh, really nice logos here with Graft, Code Monkey, Double Daughter, Eddie, Double Igor, Neutron Shark. Lots of good targets for that Code Monkey with the Igors and the Neutron Shark. It's got a Titan Guardian to protect all of that. It's got an Exhume, Double Evil Eye. Double Evil Eye after Eddie can help set up a big raft potentially. It also has double Comm Officer Kirby with the transporter platform, with the Book of LEQ, and a United Action. And a Sensor Chief Garcia. Yep, no Lay of the Land or Ali to set up the Book of LEQ, but still might be worth it. Yeah, that looks like a pretty cool deck. Yeah, UA's not the best. You don't even have any artifacts and logos for discs to definitely keep it going. Not the best United Action, but you might be able to do some cool stuff with it, like play out a couple Kirby's and Code Monkey 'em. There's some plays. Code Monkey 'em and then also play Eddie to get key cost to 9 right away. You probably do. Alright, next up is Shiver the Squalid, an 88 SAS AoA deck. Another Genka deck with Marsverse and Glixel Proliferator. And with Hypnotic Command and 5 creatures. And a Hypno Beam. So really nice Mars there. The logos can potentially help set it up with the Eureka, the double Archimedes, a Helper Bot, triple ZYX Researcher, and then the disc has double Tesmol, Dust Imp, Ancient Yurk if you're trying to get to your Genka, Lash, Exhume, Cold a Week. Some cool stuff there. Very limited hammer control, just Hypnotic Command and Lash. Although potentially you could get Hypnotic Command back with Proliferator, although maybe you want to be getting back Key Abduction or... Okay, and then finally, last one from Conte Calle Top Decks, we have an 87 SAS AoA. Lots of nice AoA decks. And another Genka. This is Dicinta Star, Frost Bailey Priestess. Genka with Hypnotic Command again. And this time with 6 Mars creature, including a Proliferator, including a Resonator and a Dominator to hide behind. Yeah, I agree. The ZYX package, you can do some really cool stuff with that. It would be cool to see it in more sets. Yeah, just not in Mass Mutation, right? It's got a lot. But especially with Project being able to play stuff out of Archive, maybe stuff that you just archive with ZYX Researcher. Yeah, it's got a lot of cool stuff it can do. This Untamed has a Full Moon, an Immense Seed to go with a Genka, potentially, a Nature's Call, a Glimmer, so you can Glimlock with the Glimmer's Nature Call play. Key Charge, 2 Amberspine Mongrels, which is really annoying. And the Logos has a Graft, triple Cutthroat Research, Memory Chip, double Wild Wormhole. So that is the Priestess. Oh, that's hilarious. Mass Mutation is the only set you've opened the full ZYX package in. Legacies are cool. Legacies are cool. Okay, on to a deck that was listed for sale and I don't believe is anymore. And we got to get out the translator for this one. Yeah, it's no longer listed for sale, so I'm not sure what happened here. It was listed for $250 and it's Partition Executioner Sherman. So I'm not sure if they just had like a really quick turnaround on like a 3-day sale or something and it just didn't sell. Or if they're working with somebody, it's got Tribute 6 Semper. It's got a really nice Star Alliance lineup. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty cool for one of your first decks. Ooh, and then we have a classic Kveld deck. Kveld. Jersey, Zaman, Zamosia. 91 SAS Mass Mutation deck. I believe Kveld was rocking this in the NKFL in the last few seasons. It's listed for €500. It has a €275 offer just sent this afternoon from Frozen Tauntaun. But it's got Triple Ethologica, Redacted, Adaptoid, Effervescent Principle, Double Market Disc, Shadow of Disc, Stirring Grave, Obsidian Forge, but only 15 creatures to go with that. Although it does have a Song of the Wild with double Ghost Hawk, with a Fandangle, a Wild Bounty with 8 mutants, and a Resurgence to give you even more mutants for that. A Reclaim by Nature for some artifact control, double Savage Clash, a little bit of everything. Pretty cool deck. It could be yours for €500. Okay, next up we have 3 from Fev A1. Starting with a 93 SAS Worlds Collide deck. No listed price on any of these. Jay Griffith, La Retrida. I'm not sure how to say that. We have a Primus Unguis Spartasaur deck. That's unique with a Golden Spiral. Also there's Treasure Map, double Ronnie with a Kaimor, a Hawk, and double Comm Officer Kirby, double Information Officer Gray, Lieutenant Kirkar, Helmsman Spears, a Medic Ingram. It's a who's who of Star Alliance Worlds Collide. That one wants to go big board, either Saurian or Star Alliance. Okay. Next up we have a 90 SAS Mass Mutation. Criminel Pigans. Double Rad Penny, triple Bony Thing, Johnny Longfingers, with 6 mutants in the deck. We have a Curiosaurus, but not a ton of capture. It does have a Spoils of Battle. It does have 1 capture pip. And I guess it does have the 2 Cornus and Octavias, but they got to be on the board. And it has a Snorette too, so some capture. Yeah, very slow deck. Minus 0.5 efficiency. It does have a Grim Reminder, so you can bring back all those Bone Knithings, the Johnny, or you could bring back your Drekker, your Bonesaw, your Double Infernus, your Lord Invidious, and Cinder and Snorette. Plus, it's got an Essence Scale to get off the Drekker or the Lord Invidious right away. It's pretty nice. Yeah, the Grim Reminder is good for both Dis and Shadows here. Really nice. That's probably one thing that really beefs it up. The Essence Scale is also really nice in this deck. Essence Scale can do some work with a Johnny too, if the Johnny survives. Essence Scale, a mutant. Some cool stuff it can do. 28 Ember Control. That's a lot. So if you were trying to think of a deck that threatens this deck, what would you be looking for? For me, this is board. This one can be outboarded. It does have an Axiom, so even better, outboard it with a heavy Saurian deck. But besides that, I would say it's got limited creature control. Like this one, especially the board decks, like, you know, the board flood mass mutation decks with like Fandangles that can just reap, because, you know, the double Infernus don't do anything to stuff that just comes out and reaps. Now it can still steal from you. That's definitely a threat. But if you can go big board early, it's not the fastest deck. It's got very low speed. You can probably outrush it. It's only got 12 Ember pips, so it also wants to kind of get a board and then bring back a big board with Grim Reminder. But it doesn't even have anything to archive Grim Reminder. So if they get Grim Reminder early, that might do nothing for them. So this is a really slow deck. Yeah, Steel Protection would be great against this as well. Jar. With Jar, what do you name? I think it depends on the rest of your deck. And I'd probably do the red pennies over the bow nithings. But it depends on the rest of the deck. If you have a lot of pips, you might do the Infernus. You might do the Grim Reminder. Depends what you're scared of. Yeah, it's not fast enough to loop the steals, that's for sure. The 3x card is definitely pops out, but it's not necessarily always the right thing. First, definitely look at your matchup and how you match up against it. Sometimes, even if there's a one-off card, that would hurt you more than three of a card. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not going to get a lot of big turns just based off of the speed. I mean, this one you need to really probably handcraft a lot. Try and get the most out of every kind of creature that you have on the board while handcrafting. Yeah, if it's late game, Bonithing would be a great one for sure. Okay. And then next up we have Das Derbe, Rothar, Rothomir, an 88 South Worlds Collide deck, triple Tautau Vapors, Eddie, Self-Bolstering Automaton, Axiom, Library of Polyosaurus with a Tribute, Golden Spiral. It's got a double Gargantodon and a Grimloxus Dux. Lots of beef here. Lots of beef. An Odoac, an Orator Hisaro, a Falaphosaurus, and a Calipigan Ideal. The Calipigan Ideal is really nice with that Grimloxus Dux here. Especially if you play a Orator next to it. If you get out a Gargantodon as well, that protects it from things like Fangs of Gizelhart or standardized testing. But you don't have any way to ward it, at least in Saurian. It does have triple Medic Ingram though, so if you do make it to Star Alliance, you could ward it. Yeah, that's creature protection and countersuit, triple Ingram, force field, Grimlox's Dux, and Molina. An Axiom because it gives a ward, kind of. But the rest of the Star Alliance, it's got a Helmsman Spears, Ingram's Blaster, double First Officer Frayne, Walls, Molina, Zap. Interesting deck. Interesting deck. Limited creature control. And not super, yeah, not great Ember control at all either. But if you can get the 3 Medic Ingrams going wild, protecting frames and stuff like that, with encounter suits, yeah, it could probably go off. Where's all the speed come from? The Dilophosaurus is 3.5. Tau Taus are each 3, so 3 times 3. Spears 2.6, Wellhermal 2, Eddie 1.5, and it goes down from there. Yeah, definitely below average E. Encounter suited Dilophosaurus would be awesome. Or Helmsman Spears, of course. Hey, what's up, Stalker? You missed the special guest, but you can come on and be a special guest. I can get you on Discord right now and talk to you. But you're going to have to answer some questions. How not to play Keyforge. How to lose your keys. Well, go for it, man. You can start your own stream. I'll do it again at the end of the stream. I will show you what was announced. Oh yeah, Tribute and Clipping and Ideal is really nice. And we're almost to the end of the stream. We just got a few decks to go. We have a new one from Joker, and we have Biggs from Arentalong. So from Joker, we have Clevenfall, the Platinum Sentinel Vagabond, an 85 cents mass mutation. It has Adaptoid, Kronos, QMax, Tarato, Eclectic Inquiry. Let's see, how many draw pips are in Logos? It's only got 2 enhanced cards in Logos. Let's check the new and improved Master Vault. All the draw pips are in other houses, 1 in Saurian and 3 in Starlines. So that's a little sad for that Kronos. It's got triple Observe You Max, Captain Valderico, Lay of the Land, triple Citizen Strix as well, and double Ludo. So you have a way to dump that Ember potentially. It's got Dreadbone Decimus. Let's see. I didn't see what was the Citizen Strix enhancements. A damage pip. Okay. "13 Ember, 19 Speed." Interesting. 13 Creature Control, Axiom, a Red Alert. 12 Ember Control, no Artifact Control. So that is Clevenfall. It does not have a listed price. Oh, Master Vault enhancements are so good. I love it. It's really like huge. I mean, they had an update that was so good when FFG never had any updates ever, except to support new sets. And then finally, last new deck of the night, no listed price. An AOA deck from Arentalong, 85 SAS. We have Biggs, Filosofo Losco. This logo's Untamed. We have a Brig deck. Finite Rupture, Interdimensional Graph. We have a Eureka. We have a Time Traveler. We have a Life Ward, Lash of Broken Dreams, Poltergeist, Hecatomb with, I guess, only 3 disc creatures. Oh yeah, this only has 11 creatures. 22 actions and 3 artifacts. That's pretty nuts. The Untamed has a Soldiers to Flower, but I guess it at least has 5 creatures, including a Dust Witch, a Teliga, and a Witch of the Wild. So triple witches. It's pretty good. It is a crazy AoE rush deck. 34 expected Ember, 20 Ember pips. It's got a Mimicry, but it's got no key cheats. This one, I feel like it needs a key cheat. What extension you use to get the access button to DOK on Master Vault pages? Oh, I don't even remember. I'd have to look. Yeah, this one's got some cool witches. Witch of the Wilds is so good, so good. During each turn in which Untamed is not your active house, you may play one Untamed card. So you can even play Dusk Witch off house, Teliga, of course. Each time your opponent plays a creature, gain 1 Ember. And then Dust Witch, Omega, and Elusive, your creatures interplay ready. So it's got a really good set of witches to go along here with this rush. I think he was asking the reverse, Fighting Walloon. Yeah, no worries. All right, so cool AoE decks. I know once JT will see the stream, he's going to be like, so many good AoE decks. How many will he buy? All right, so that's the latest sales. So in case you missed it, let's go back to our special announcement. Starting next week, Wednesday, April 19th, we have a special guest to announce. Right? Yep. He's on the line. Sending it over to you.
Thank you, Zoc. This is Christian T. Peterson, and I am excited to announce the new stream series called Zoc Tales.
Yes, Zocktails enjoying a drink and a chat with a member of the Keyforge community. Starting next week, we're going to have JT Russell. Going to be a lot of fun talking with different members of the community. What's up, Quick Draw? That's right, Christian T. Peterson. He's all over this. You know?
This is Keyforge.
There you go. So if you're interested, ping me on Discord, and I'm already putting a big old schedule together right now. It's every 3 weeks roughly. I might have to change it up. If we get a lot of interest, I'll increase it to every 2 weeks. So let me know if you're interested. I would love to have as many members of the community as we can. I'll have to do these at night Pacific time though. So I'll try and work as much as possible around my guest schedules. But we'll do what we can. And I'd love to share a drink with y'all. October quick draw. Yeah, once every 3 weeks. We'll see how popular it is. We can ramp it up, But I'm very excited about Zocktails, and I'm very excited about some of the guests I already have lined up. Whoa, we already have. I don't even know. I think we have 4 guests on the schedule. And yeah, maybe one I haven't scheduled yet. Quick maths. Amazing Idea was on JT, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. And you all will make it awesome. That's the smart thing is bring on the people to make it awesome because I'm I'm not going to. Yeah, I agree, Fudgenator. We have an awesome community. We have a lot of cool people looking at things differently. I love to have the discussions that I've had with Ketzer and Z and some of the people on have been really cool and enlightening, and really enlightening to see how people see this game from different perspectives. And everybody's just like super talented in their own way, so that's cool to see as well. So it'll be a lot of fun. But that's all I got for stream tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. It was a lot of fun. By the time you can have me on, I should have some things worth talking about. Whoa!
This is Keyforge.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. This was a lot of fun, and hope to see you next week again. If you didn't hear it yesterday, I have another stream tomorrow night. Going to be playing my Ancient Bear Republic League Season 9 match versus Punch de Leon. And we are playing the 62 to 64 SAS range. So, going to be some fun mid SAS decks, which there's a lot of fun SAS, fun decks in that SAS range. So, it'll be very cool. All right. Thanks again for all the support. Really appreciate the follow fighting Walloon. Phew, I can't even talk. Really appreciate the gifted sub, Decompose. Thank you. You rock. And we will see you all next time. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Great